सभी का हमारे YouTube चैनल ऑल राउंडर वर्ल्ड में स्वागत है। सो फ्रेंड्स, आज हम आपको एक इजी वे में आज क्लास 10th का चैप्टर पीरियोडिक क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ एलिमेंट्स इजीली आपको एक्सप्लेन करने वाले हैं। सो फ्रेंड्स, आर यू रेडी फॉर द एक्साइटेड चैप्टर? दैट्स our chemistry chapter. In this chapter, each and every person somewhere or the other where faces some problems regarding learning of the modern periodic table and etc. etc. Here we get to know about all the theories and how to easily learn the modern periodic table. For that, I will make another video. So still, please connected with us and please don't skip any part of the video as this is the most important video, I think so, for especially class 10 students. So let's start. Here we get to know in this PPT that what is a periodic table. Second, why do we need classification? Third, historic development of periodic table. Fourth, Dobrainer's traits. Fifth, Newland's law of octaves, Mendeleev's periodic table, Moseley's modern periodic table, and trends in the modern periodic table. So here we can see that we are covering each and every part of this chapter. So I think किसी को और कहीं जाने की भी ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी किसी और रेफरेंस बुक से. So that here we are just a quick revising and quick explanation of the chapter. So you can see it before during the exams, before the exams. So let's start. First, what is a periodic table? So the periodic table is a tabular display of the chemical elements organized on the basis of their atomic numbers, electronic configuration and chemical properties. मीन्स सबसे पहले दिमाग में आता है यार पीरियोडिक टेबल बनी कैसे. कुछ तो होगा, कुछ तो बेसिस उन्होंने किया होगा कि मीन्स ऐसे करते हैं, डिवाइड ऐसे करते हैं, मीन्स some basis should be there. So scientists also thought just in the same way. So they thought that we can distribute and organize them on the basis of their atomic number, just like hydrogen have atomic number 1, then helium 2, just like that, and the electronic configuration, number of electrons, number of protons and number of neutrons. Chemical properties means malleability, means it is malleable, ductile, it is a metal or a non-metal, allotroph, metalloids, lanthanoids, etc. etc. On the basis of these properties only the periodic table is organized. So now अब सबके दिमाग में ये आया हो कि यार क्या जरूरत है इस पीरियोडिक टेबल को हमें करना क्या है. इस पीरियोडिक टेबल से जिसने किया जो किया हमें क्या करना है. Why do we need classification? हमें चाहिए क्या क्यों? Because now this is the answer to your question. Why do we need classification? With the passage of time, new elements are being discovered. To study them in an orderly manner and to predict their properties easily, we require classification. The following scientists have made some significant contributions in the achieving of the same, just like John Wolfgang Dobriner, John Newlands, Mendeleev, and Henry Moseley. So, just imagine that if you are with your friends and playing and found some old map, just like we see in that cartoon, you all find an old map which is a map of finding a treasure or someone's piggy bank, hidden piggy bank. So would it be easy or would it be chaotic, or we can say would it be a huge discussion for finding the way to get the treasure? Similarly, and this situation also that scientists are having a chaos on the chemistry as elements were known, but there was no clue on how to classify and study about it. So all the four scientists known as Dobriner, Newland, Mendeleev, and Moseley helped to achieve the same goal. And in the moving this PPT, we get to know how they helped in this. So first, let's move on. Historic development of the periodic table, that how the history of the periodic table is. किसी भी चीज़ को जानने से पहले, किसी भी चीज़ को पढ़ने से पहले हमें सबसे पहले ये ज़रूरी है कि वो हुआ क्यों, हमें क्या ज़रूरत है उसको पढ़ने की. और दूसरी और जो फोरमोस्ट थिंग होती है ये जानना कि उसकी हिस्ट्री क्या थी. व्हाट इज इट हिस्ट्री मीन्स कैसे हुआ, किसने स्टार्ट किया और सो ऑन. सो फर्स्ट जो हिस्ट्री है डेवलपमेंट की पीरियोडिक टेबल की वो किससे चालू हुई? एंटोनी लेवॉइजर इन 1743. एंड यू कैन सी इजीली हियर दैट फ्रॉम 1743 till 1950 the history of periodic table ended, or we can say is not ended at all, means it's going on. means अभी भी उसमें classifications हो सकते हैं अगर new elements को करना. If someone, I think some people are also very curious about finding the things about scientific things and all, so they might be knowing that say recently only some changes are being done by some of the scientists, but it is not being still accepted, and the periodic table is literally amazing. So let it be. Come to the topic. Antoine Lavoisier, 1742 to 1794. Second is John Wolfgang Dobriner, 1880 to 1849. Third is the John Newlands, 1837 to 1898. Lothar Mayer, 1830 to 1895. Dimitri Mendeleev, 1839 to 1907. And at last, XJG Music, 1887 to 1950. Here you can see all the pictures of the scientists: Dobriner, Lavoisier, Newland, Mayer, Dimitri Mendeleev, and Music. And here in this chapter we are going to learn about the theories of Dobriner, Newland, Mendeleev, and Muesli. The Muesli periodic table is known as the modern periodic table. So let's move on. John Wolfgang Dobriner. So first get to know about the scientist, that who and what did he do. Dobriner studied as a pharmacist at Munchburg in Germany and then studied chemistry at Strasbourg. He made the first observation on platinum as a catalyst and discovered similar triads of elements, which led to the development of the periodic table of elements. Now, what is Dobriner's trade? In the year 1817, John Wolfgang Dobriner, a German chemist, tried to arrange the elements with similar properties into groups. He identified some groups having 3 elements each. So he called these groups called triads. He showed that when the 3 elements in a triad were written in the order of increasing atomic masses, the atomic mass of the middle element was roughly the average of the atomic mass of the other 2 elements. For example, if we take the triad just like lithium, sodium and potassium with their respective masses, which is 6.9, 23.0 and 39, we get to know that on adding the average, we get to know that the other 2 elements average equals to the middle element. Just like here, you can identify 6.9 plus 39 upon 2 is 22.95, which is approximate the atomic mass of sodium. Same in the second triad also, calcium plus barium atomic mass is equals to the strontium atomic mass, which is 87.6, and here the average 88.7, nearly closer to that. Chlorine, bromine, iodine. Here you can see. So, but there are some limitations also. That's why the Dobriner trade is not accepted or anything. The first limitation of Dobriner triads is he could identify only 3 triads out of 33 known elements at that time. Means there are 33 elements at that time, but out of that elements he had only made 3 triads. And if we count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, only 9 elements were here. What to do with the other elements? This is the first limitation. And now comes the John Newlands. John Newlands. In 1866, John Newlands, an English scientist, arranged the known elements in the order of the increasing masses. He started with the element having the lowest atomic number and ended at thorium, which was the 56th element. He found that every 8th element had properties similar to that of the first. This is known as the Newlands law of octaves. According to the properties of sodium and lithium were found to be same. Means Newlands had done something extraordinary. Just like in the India system, we have some music rhythmics, just like sa, re, ga, ma, pa. Just like in this same, in the West also there are some notations, just like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. The notes in a scale are separated by whole and half step frequency intervals of tones and semitones. A musician used these notes for composing the music of a song. So somewhat we can guess that Newland is attracted towards music, or he's fond of singing music or have interest in the music. So according to that only, he had made the Newland's law of octaves. Here he is saying that he had found that every eighth element had properties similar to the first elements. Just like do and ti have the same. Now, but it is not possible that all the elements have the same properties, just like the first is equals to the eighth element properties. This is not true. So, here are its limitations. Here you can see it was written that it was found that the law of octaves was applicable only to calcium, as after calcium, every eighth element did not possess its properties similar to that of first, as I have said. Second, it was assumed that only 56 elements existed in nature and no more elements would be discovered in the future. But later on, more new elements were discovered whose properties did not fit into the law of octaves. In order to fit the elements into his table, Newlands adjusted two elements in the same slot. He also put some unlike elements under the same slot. Here you can see just like cobalt and nickel is in the same slot having different properties, and barium and vanadium also in the same slot, which is not possible. They are having their different properties. It could not be possible for to keep the two elements in the same slot. So now अब न्यूलैंड्स ने तो और मीन्स आकाशवाणी कर दी दैट 56 एलिमेंट्स है, उनके आगे तो एलिमेंट्स डिस्कवर होंगे ही नहीं. लेकिन देन जस्ट आफ्टर दैट मोर एंड मोर न्यू एलिमेंट्स गॉट डिस्कवर्ड. सेकेंड चीज तो उनकी मीन्स गलत हो गई. अब उनको क्या करना था? he thought that I have to do something, so he adjusted two elements in the same slot having unlike elements. So here is its limitation. Here is the big limitation of the Newland. Now, Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev. Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev was born in Tobolsk in western Siberia, Russia on 8th February 1834. Dedicating his investigation to his mother, he wrote, "She instructed with example, corrected with love, and traveled with me to places spending her last resources and strength. She knew that with the aid of science, without violence, without love, but firmness, all superstitions, untruth, and errors can be removed." The arrangement of elements he proposed is called the Mendeleev's periodic table. Means here Mendeleev had written about his mother. He had dedicated all the things, all the discoveries he had done, and all the observations to his mother. He has said that because of only his mother, he is able to done all these things. So let's see what he had done. Now, the achievements of the Mendeleev's periodic table. Predicted existence of some elements that we not discovered at that time. Means he had done a miracle. It's a story that once Mendeleev had seen some dream, and in the dream he had seen one periodic table. When those showers were going on, Mendeleev had a dream and he have seen a periodic table. In the periodic table, all the elements are arranged in a very well manner. So he just grabbed all the things in his mind, as it was a dream. So might some changes or some because of some disturbance, he got out of his sleep. So he hadn't observed precisely of the periodic table in the dream, But as he had seen in his dream, he had drawn the periodic table as same to same. Then अब उसने देखा तो था नहीं कि मीन्स किस बेसिस पे थी. So he had thought that it's on the basis of the atomic mass. So he arranged all the elements on the basis of their atomic mass. Up as he had seen all the elements, so he predicted the existence of some elements which was not discovered at that time because of his dream. So we can say it's a miracle. And at that time, everyone is saying that Mendeleev is God gifted and having some supernatural powers. It was just a prediction, but it came true. Second, could predict properties of some elements on the basis of their position, could accommodate noble gases that were discovered at that time. Here is the modern Mendeleev's periodic table. Mendeleev's periodic table was published in a German journal in 1872 in the formula for oxides and hydrides at the top. As you can see, group 1, group 2, group 3 means here is the spelling of group is something different. This formula for oxides and hydrides at the top of the columns, the letter R is used to represent any of the elements in the group. And the way the formula, for example, the hydride of carbon CH4 is written as RH4, and the oxide of CO2 is written as RO2. Mendeleev's periodic table contains vertical columns called groups and horizontal column called periods. Here it is written that Mendeleev's periodic table of 1871 drawn by Georg Moron 2013. Now, but there are some limitations also. In the Mendeleev's periodic table, there are also some limitations. First limitation: position of isotopes could not be explained as isotopes were not discovered long after Mendeleev has proposed his periodic classification of elements. Because isotopes were not discovered. But after some time, after a very long time, they got proposed, they got discovered. Second, wrong order of atomic mass in some cases could not be explained. Just like cobalt is having 58.9, came before nickel, which is 58.7. Means Mendeleev have seen the order of the periodic table in his dream. Ditto copy he had drawn in the paper also. Means he had not thought also that on the what basis it is made on what. So, but he said that it's on the atomic mass, but it's also not on the basis of the atomic mass. The wrong order of atomic mass in some cases is also not explained by Mendeleev as he doesn't. Hydrogen was not assigned correct position. Hydrogen has properties of both alkyl metals and halogens. Fourth, could not answer the question, is it possible to have an element with atomic mass 3 placed between hydrogen and helium? Now, if all the elements are arranged in the order of their atomic weights, a periodic repetition of properties is obtained. This is expressed by the law of periodicity. Mendeleev have given the law of periodicity, and this is the law. Now, the modern periodic table. The periodic table made by Henry Moseley is known as the modern periodic table. In 1913, Henry Moseley showed that the atomic number of an element is a more fundamental property than its own atomic mass. Mendeleev's periodic table was modified and atomic number was adopted as the basis of the modern periodic table. Modern periodic table law states that properties of elements are a periodic function of their atomic number and not of their atomic mass. The prediction of properties of elements could be made with more precision when elements were arranged on the basis of increasing atomic number. The modern periodic table helps to overcome the 3 limitations of the Mendeleev's periodic table. Now, what are the achievements, or we can say what are the 3 limitations on which the modern periodic table could achieve a victory? First is the position of isotope is clear now as it was a limitation in Mendeleev's periodic table. Second, the position of cobalt and nickel is clear now as cobalt is having atomic number 27. That's why it's come before nickel, which is having atomic number 28. It's not on the basis of atomic mass. Third, position of hydrogen is well explained. and also it answers the question that atomic number 1.5 placed between hydrogen and helium cannot be there, as atomic number cannot be in points. So all the limitations were covered in his achievements. Now, what's Moseley's law? Properties of elements are a periodic function of their atomic number. Basis of this law, when the elements are arranged according to increasing atomic numbers, the elements having same number of valence electrons occurs at regular intervals. Now, this is the modern periodic table of elements. Here we can see we are having metals, and here is all the non-metals we are having, and this is the 8th is the noble element, noble gases. Here are lanthanoids, actinoids. Here we can say alkali metals, alkaline metals, semi-metals, and this is D block, P block, S block, etc. In Moseley's periodic table, he confirmed that tellurium must be placed before iodine and cobalt must be placed before nickel, as predicted by Mendeleev. Hence, Moseley was successful in developing the periodic table based on the arrangement of elements in ascending order of their proton numbers, that is the atomic number. Now, what are groups and what are periods? Just differentiate between them, as it's a little bit confusing for writing an exam. So, groups. Columns of elements are called groups, or we can say families. Elements in each group have similar but not identical properties. Third, for example, lithium, sodium, potassium and other members of group are all soft, white and shiny metals. All elements in a group have the same number of valence electrons, while in periods, each horizontal row of elements is called a period. The elements in a period are not alike in properties. In fact, the properties change greatly across even given row. The first element in a period is always an extremely active solid. The last element in the period is always an inactive gas. Now, the periodic table is made up of rows and of elements and columns. An element is identified by its chemical symbol. The number above the symbol is called the atomic number, and the number below the symbol is called the rounded atomic weight of the elements. The atomic weight is always taken in round of figure, not in points. The row is called a period and the column is called a group. Now, trends in the modern periodic table. Valency. Valency is determined by the number of valence electrons present in the outer shell of its atom. Now, in periods, valency, on moving from left to right in each sort of period, the valency of elements increases from 1 to 4 and decreases to 0. Variation of valency in groups. Since the number of valence electrons of all elements in a group is same, all elements in the group have the same valency. Atomic size. Atomic size refers to the radius of an atom. In period, from going left to right, the size of the atom decreases, while in a group, on going down, the size of the atom increases. Here, atomic size increases, electronegativity increases, ionization increases from left to right, and from right to left, from left to right, electronegativity increases, ionization energy increases, while atomic size decreases. And ionization increases, electronegativity increases, and atomic size also increases. Means here all decreases and opposite. Metallic and non-metallic properties. In the modern periodic table, a zigzag line separates metals from metalloids. The borderline element like boron, silicon, germanium, yttrium, tellurium, polonium exhibit properties of both metals and non-metals. They are found on the left side of the periodic table. On moving left to right, the metallic character of elements increases, while in a group, from going top to bottom, the metallic character of the element increases. Means in the group, it's opposite of the period. Non-metals, they are found on the right side of the periodic table. In a periodic table, from moving left to right, non-metallic property increases, while in a group, from going top to bottom, the metallic property decreases. Oxides of metal are basic and non-metals are acidic in general. In period on moving from left to right, the basic nature of oxides decreases while the acidic nature of oxides decreases. Basic nature of oxides decreases while the acidic nature of oxides increases in a group on moving down top to bottom. The basic nature of oxides increases while the acidic nature of oxides decreases. Thanks a lot. In the next video,